Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to structure your digital marketing team. Now, this question is pretty important because if you are a small business, if you are a medium or an enterprise business, it's important for you to structure your digital marketing team in such a way that it's set up for success and that you have the right people in your company, in your organization, so that you are able to not just scale your marketing efforts, but you get the maximum out of your investment in terms of resources that goes into people, process, and technology. So I'm going to be sharing some ideas in terms of how you can structure your team depending upon what size of the company you are. But I will first start off with a basic model, which is absolutely critical for anyone to understand, like what are the different components that you should be thinking about when it comes to creating a team and scaling it further. So at the base level, or at the fundamentals are, whenever you go about creating a marketing team or a digital marketing team, you need to make sure that your team, whether it's the size of 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, doesn't matter, you need to understand the base knowledge of marketing. And what I mean by that is it needs to cover basics such as understanding the behavior, um, understanding the behavior of the business. We need to take care of storytelling, and then it needs to include basics about like which market you need to get into in terms of promotions. So that includes data and insights, research. So you need to have a team, or you need to do a good job in terms of doing market research. You need to have good knowledge about design, whether you are a software as a service company or it can be any business. It needs to have proper user experience and design, so UX and design. And then of course you need to have the foundations covered in terms of branding and positioning, right? So I would say those are some foundations that will positioning, those are the foundations I would say that will power you to get into that next stage of marketing, tactics or marketing strategy. Now, this base knowledge is absolutely critical, because if you don't have a good storytelling strategy, if you don't have the right value proposition, the right positioning of your product, your marketing is not going to be successful, right? So make sure that the base foundations is covered. The next step is the marketing foundation. Now over here again, this can be broad range, and it can be from like copywriting, it then getting into like A/B testing. And now there is an overlap, and you might say that, well, there is an A/B tester in our digital team. Well, that's fine. If But I would say like A/B testing can happen not just in your digital side of things, but it can go from like how do you A/B test a flyer, a print flyer, So A/B testing can be considered as a marketing foundation. Then it includes video. Of course, like you need a video marketing pillar within your marketing team. Then you have like customer experience, right? So that's again an area that you need to make sure that you are covered in that side of things. And then maybe you have some experience in terms of funnel marketing. So again, what I'm trying to get over here is, you start with your base knowledge, then you get into your marketing foundations. Now once you have like, I'm not saying like you need to have a person for each of these areas, but at least you have some knowledge, or you have a good understanding of these areas. Then you get into the digital marketing side, which is the channel experts. Now this is where you can talk about conversion rate optimization. Then you have your email marketing, and then my favorite, this is your SEO. Then you have digital ads, right? You have your digital ads, which can be Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so on and so forth. You can also call it as paid media, or paid media, or PPC, social ads, right? Then you have, probably, I don't know if PR will fit into it, but let's say PR, You can probably have one more pillar. I think this might be like marketing automation, right? Automation, that's again an area that you can invest in. And then once you get, I would say, like, you can also include like website project, or web marketing as one of the pillars. So you get the point, right? So this is essentially a T-shaped marketing, and it's a very common framework. And the best part about this team structure is, you can essentially, if you are a small team, then you will have like jack of all trades. You can have like one CMO who is sitting at the top, and then you can have like a marketing manager who takes care of everything over here, and then you have one digital marketer who will take care of pretty much all channels, right? So that can be like a lean and mean, super what do you call, startup style team, right? That's one option. The second option is, you have something called as like a center of excellence model, where you, and I'm talking about like a medium sized business, where you have one person in each of these buckets, right? One person in base knowledge, one person in marketing foundation, and one person for digital. And that center of excellence team will then power your entire company, or it can power your business units across different regions, right? That's one area. Then you have like a distributed team, where you replicate this entire thing for every region: North America, Latin America, Asia Pacific, Europe, Middle East, right? You have a team for every region, right? And then if you are like an enterprise business with like multi-billion-dollar revenue, for example, P&G, Unilever, Nike, or I don't know, like Facebook and Google and Metas of the world, like FANG, right? You can pretty much have this model in every country. And then finally, you have like hub and spoke model, which is like a hybrid of this structure. And again, I would say the common scenario is, you have a center of excellence, or you have like a distributed team that handles like every region. So that's again a good way of going about it. Now, the other aspect is, again, when you have like, when you are, let's like a startup, the other way to look about this is, like, you have like one person who's jack of all trades, and then they try to like really scale your business. And then for small to medium sized business, what you can do is, you have like a team that focuses on the top and middle of the funnel, which is attract and convert. And then you have one person in just closing the deals, right? That's again an option. And then for medium sized business, what you can do is, you can have a one single person for every single digital channel, and then you have a marketing manager, you have a head of digital or something like that at the top, who manages the team. So again, those are some ideas, I would say, and I'll show you one example of what HubSpot has done over here. So look at this, like, they have like a chief marketing officer, and then they have like VP of demand generation, and then a manager. You see how like complicated it gets for they're $1 billion company. So you see how it can get, in terms of like, for every vertical they have like a VP, and then under each of them you have like a channel specific resource or a person. So that's again an area that you can look into. So having said that, some key areas that I would say you absolutely need to think about in terms of digital channels, and those will be I would say, like, start with typically it's broken down into like paid and then owned. And then under paid, what happens is, you have, let's say, under paid you have your PPC, you have social ads, and then under owned you have your SEO, you have email, you have website, probably you have your PR. So I would say, if you are a mid-size or an enterprise business, I think it's best to have one single person for each of these channels. And then they report to like a head of digital or digital marketing manager, and then go from there. So but then it's like absolutely critical to have like at least one person in paid and one person in owned. It's not owner, it's actually owned. And then under owned I would prioritize for SEO, and then under paid I would prioritize for a PPC specialist or a PPC manager. So that's how you can go about creating a digital marketing team. And I think to power this team, no matter where, if you are a small, medium, or enterprise, the thing that is super critical is content, right? Because content is going to connect your SEO, email, website, PR, PPC, and social ads. So the content team needs to feed into like these channels. So again, like that's why I started like copywriting as the marketing foundation. You absolutely need to have content. Content is still the king, distribution is the queen, the age-old saying. But anyways, that's how you would structure your team. And then yeah, and again, like there is multiple ways to go about it, but this is a structure that I see pretty common, and I think it's a good starting point for you to start thinking about how you can structure a team. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you.